Are SOC analysts about to become irrelevant in 2026? AI is already writing malware, automating phishing, and detecting threats faster than most of the junior analysts out there. So if you are someone who's trying to become a SOC analyst or break into cybersecurity, I'm sure you have the same question. Will AI take away all the SOC analyst jobs? Let's be real, AI is not just coming. It is already here. And it's able to do multiple things that a SOC analyst does. That's why companies are starting to ask, why hire 5 analysts if AI can do 50% of their job? But here is a problem. All of this is really misunderstood, and today we are going to break it down. Hi everyone, my name is Meera Tamboli, and if this is your first time coming to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe because I make lots of videos to help beginners kickstart their cybersecurity journeys. Now, let's talk about what is really happening. Tools have become so much smarter after AI is here. They are able to do a lot of the different things that used to take analysts a long time to do. And in many cases, AI is actually able to do half the things which a SOC analyst actually does. Now, is that a problem? Yes and no. Yes, because it is helping SOC analysts work faster. What used to take so long to do before now can be done much faster. So the efficiency and productivity of analysts has gone up. Now let's talk about why it's a problem. Because the SOC analysts who don't really implement their logic or pattern recognition and those kind of things and just do copy pasting work or repetitive work, they are the ones who are going to be affected by this. Let me tell you what I mean when I say this. Let's understand what a SOC analyst really does. So a SOC analyst usually gets an alert on a SIEM solution or on a ticketing platform which describes a bunch of things that has happened. For example, let's take suspicious login attempts. So you're a SOC analyst and you've received an alert or a ticket or information from somewhere that some user has been suspiciously logging into your company's systems. Now the work of a SOC analyst is to investigate these logins, to find out why they're happening. How many times has someone tried to log in? Is it the first time they are logging in? From which country are they logging in? These are the kind of questions a SOC analyst has to ask and answer by investigating. Now, the SOC analysts usually at level 1 do the initial investigation and triage, and then they escalate it to SOC level 2 for further investigation. This is the setting in majority of the companies which had a SOC. So in level 1, they are just supposed to do basic investigation. They run a few searches, paste the results, just copy paste most of the things, inform what has happened, and just escalate it to the next level. Now the SOC level 2 analysts are the one who really investigate this. They do a deeper dive into it, they ask better questions, try to really find the root cause, actually use their logic, try to do some pattern recognition. This is what they do, and then they may escalate it to SOC level 3s in some of the organizations. So now with AI in the picture, SOC level 1 analysts really need to step their game up, because now AI can do almost half the things the level 1 SOC analysts were able to do, such as running a few basic queries, finding out the answers, just copying and pasting things. So if you are stuck at that level 1, it is not that your job is going to be taken by AI. It is just that if you do not level up your game and you do not learn how to really do in-depth investigation, how to really analyze things, how to do some of the things that AI cannot do. That is assessing the risk, the business impact, actually doing a deeper dive, thinking like an attacker. These are things that AI won't be able to do. And if you as a SOC analyst learn those skills and start implementing it in your work, and also learn how to leverage AI to actually automate some of the things that needs to be done every day, then you're going to be safe in your job. So with AI in the picture, the fear is not that, okay, we're all just going to lose our jobs and SOC analyst is a very bad career, because this is what I've been hearing around. There is a lot of chaos around us on LinkedIn, universities, offices, many places around us, where people say that because of AI, SOC analysts are all going to lose their jobs and they are not going to have jobs. That is not the case, because you won't necessarily get replaced by AI if you learn how to keep up with it. So the fear is not really you losing your job or how do you keep up when AI is in the picture. It is about how you can become irreplaceable, where companies will want to hire you even with the existence of AI. If you wake up and see a suspicious login spike on the production system, this is exactly the kind of cybersecurity incident that usually requires manual investigation. Digging through logs, checking authentication data, and trying to understand what actually happened. And this takes time because everything has to be analyzed step by step across different sources. Instead of handling that manually, I tested MiniMax Mavis, where I just give one instruction: investigate the login spike, and identify the cause and risk level. From there, it breaks the problem into smaller parts like analyzing logs, detecting anomalies, and building a structured summary of the incident. It also includes a verification layer that reduces the output, which is especially important in cybersecurity because findings should always be independently validated, not just accepted at face value. What's also interesting is the 3-layer memory system, which helps it retain context, retrieve relevant information, and make investigations more consistent over time. Another big advantage is that it can run locally or be self-hosted, which is important for cybersecurity teams. What I get in the end is a clean, structured incident report. It basically turns a manual investigation process into a structured, repeatable workflow. If you also want to explore this, I've linked it in the description below, so don't forget to check it out.
Because you're watching this video today, you will get an additional 12% discount when subscribing through my link.
Let's talk a little about how AI is going to impact SOC teams in the future. I attend multiple conferences, talk to a lot of industry leaders, and everyone seems to agree on one point, that SOC analysts are not all going to lose their jobs, but instead the SOC teams are going to start looking different in the coming years. For example, in the previous cases, a company would hire 10 SOC analysts to do some work. Now with AI in the picture, if the company sees that out of the 10 analysts, 5 of the analysts don't really have the skills and all they're doing is basic copy-pasting work, which AI tools can just do, why are they going to keep those 5 analysts? They are going to shortlist the ones who use their deeper investigation skills, understand attacker behavior, risk, and business impact, and know some of the latest techniques used by attackers and how AI works in the cyber landscape. They're going to keep those ones and let go of the ones who are just doing copy-pasting work without any logic implementation. So instead, they might just keep a few analysts and also deploy a few AI tools, and the analysts will use the AI tools to automate some of the things, but also use their logic and skills to do some deeper investigations. So let me make it very clear at this point in the video. SOC is not dying, it is just evolving. And honestly speaking, it is a good thing. I myself worked as a SOC analyst in my first ever job, and some of the boring, repetitive tasks now can be automated with AI, and that's actually so good because you can actually automate these things and spend the rest of your time to develop your skills and learn something more in-depth about cybersecurity. So if you're someone who's been looking to become a SOC analyst, but something's holding you back because everywhere you go, you hear people saying that SOC analyst jobs are dying, this is what you should do. Number 1, don't just learn the tools. Understand why some things are happening. So rather than being an analyst who just follows a playbook where it says step 1 click on this, step 2 extract these logs, step 3 just paste these somewhere, instead of that, understand the why behind everything. Why are we doing this particular log extraction? Why are we trying to look at the login patterns of a user? Why are we actually even investigating this user in the first place? Always try and understand the logic and the why behind things when you're learning. Number 2, learn why attacks actually work. Until now, a lot of the SOC analysts actually just knew the definitions of the attacks because they felt I don't have to actually simulate or attack someone. So as long as I know what this attack means, it's enough. For example, if I ask you what is a phishing attack, you can explain it in a line or two and kind of understand it. But if I ask you deeper questions of why do attackers even do phishing attacks, or what do they get out of it? What is the benefit of choosing phishing over the other attack types? When an attacker is trying to phish you, what are the tactics or what is the mindset of the attacker? You need to understand these things in depth, no matter you're an offensive, defensive, or GRC. The better in-depth things you understand about the attacks and the logic behind what the attacker thinks like, the better it is going to be for you. Number 3, try to do some real investigation work. Rather than just learning theoretical concepts, try and do as much hands-on as possible. You will hear this everywhere. No matter which cyber mentor or influencer you follow, you will hear them saying, hands-on, 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 because it is that important. Try to set up open source SIEM solutions, firewalls, connect them, ingest some dummy logs in them. Try to actually investigate it as though you're really an analyst. Try to understand what incident documentation is, how to actually create incident reports after an incident is over. Learn about these kind of things and develop your skill set. Rather than just learning about the same thing in the same direction, try to gain some additional knowledge as you will. So try to learn a little about GRC, risk assessments, business impact, what people in offensive security do. You should have well-rounded well-rounded knowledge. You should be an expert in what you do. That has to be your main goal. But at the same time, you should have a general overview of the other things happening in cybersecurity. Let's take my example. I do work in incident response, but even if you ask me a few questions about GRC or offensive security, I will be able to at least talk about it for a while and give some insight on it. So you should try and do the same. It is a learning process and it is never going to end. Everyone has to keep learning. I still learn. Everyone still learns. So there's no end goal really, but to keep yourself more aware about what's happening in the cyber landscape and try and learn some of the other things happening in other subdomains as well. Because AI can definitely follow the steps. If you tell it to do 1, 2, 3, 4, it is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. But it is you, the human being behind it, who understands the entire picture about what your organization is, what it's capable of, what is it okay with. And that is the kind of analyst that companies are going to start looking for. The ones who understand the bigger picture and the complete picture and not just follow steps and guidelines, which even AI can do. So AI is not here to kill SOC analyst roles. It is just here to raise the standard of SOC analyst jobs. So the question shouldn't be, will AI replace you? So the real question is, will you be able to adapt the new cyber landscape? I hope this video helped you, and a lot of you keep asking me this question, if SOC analyst careers are even worth it. A lot of you believe that SOC careers are going to die. So comment down and let me know if I cleared at least some misconception that you have and at least you gain some motivation to go for that SOC analyst career. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out some of the other videos because I am sure they will help you. Thank you so much and see you next time.